Welcome back to Senior Health Stories, your trusted companion for living healthier and happier in your golden years. We're here to share expert tips, practical advice, and inspiring stories to help seniors thrive, no matter their age.
Have you ever stepped out of the shower and had to grab the wall just to keep your balance? Ever felt lightheaded or slightly dizzy for a few seconds after a morning bath? If you've experienced that, you're not alone. Every week, I get dozens of messages from people just like you, folks who once believed that was just a normal part of aging. But sometimes, what seems harmless is actually one of the earliest warning signs of something far more serious. One of the quietest, yet most dangerous health threats facing people over 60 is happening right inside the room you think is the safest, your bathroom. A woman from Ohio, 68 years old, once told me she often felt a little dizzy after stepping out of the tub. Her husband thought she was just taking too long. She thought it was just part of getting older, until one morning, she collapsed beside the sink and woke up in the hospital. The doctors told her she had barely avoided a minor stroke, not because of heart disease, not because of high blood pressure she knew about, but because of a small bathing habit she had followed for over 30 years. Now, I'm not sharing this to scare you. I'm sharing it because this kind of story isn't rare, and it doesn't come out of nowhere. It comes after dozens, maybe hundreds of times your body tried to warn you, but no one ever explained what those signs meant. That's the truly dangerous part. And that's why I'm here today, to do what your doctor, your family, or even the health system should have done a long time ago. You deserve to know there are tiny habits, things we do while showering that can quietly increase your risk of stroke without you realizing it. Research from places like Johns Hopkins, the Mayo Clinic, and the American Stroke Association has confirmed it. But most seniors never hear about it, not because you don't care, but because no one has explained it in a way that's simple, respectful, and easy to understand. Today, I want to change that. I'll walk you through why this happens, what subtle signs to look for, and what you can start doing tomorrow morning to stay safe. You won't need any new pills or expensive equipment, just a few easy adjustments to your daily shower routine. These are the same tips that hundreds of viewers have tried and messaged me later saying, "I felt the difference in just 1 week." If you've always thought that slowing down was enough to stay safe, I hope today helps you realize that slowing down isn't always enough. You also need to know how to do things right. And to do that, we need to start with something simple, the things you already do every day. It's time to listen to your body more carefully before the fall, before the warning signs turn into something worse. Right now is the best time to start making that change the right way.
There's something many doctors never mention: the risk of sudden blood pressure drops when you stand up too quickly after sitting in the shower. The medical term sounds complicated: orthostatic hypotension. But the reality is simple. When you sit or lie down for a while, blood tends to settle in the lower part of your body. When you suddenly stand up, your heart and blood vessels need a few seconds to adjust and push blood back up to your brain. But after 60, that response slows down. And if the blood doesn't reach your head fast enough, you might feel dizzy, lose your balance, and fall before you even know what happened. One viewer once wrote to me, "I live alone since my wife passed. I never imagined that something as routine as taking a shower could be dangerous for someone my age." I read that line several times, not because it was unique, but because it sounded just like hundreds of other stories I've heard. Some folks fall in the bathroom and lie there until morning before someone finds them. Others walk away with just a scrape, but the next time, they're not so lucky. One second fall led to a mild brain injury, and they never walked the same again. No one thinks something like that can start with a shower, but it can, and it does. The Mayo Clinic has tracked stroke-related hospital visits and found that a surprising number happen right after a shower or bathroom trip. Why? Because after a warm shower, your blood vessels expand, your body loses water through steam, and your blood pressure drops. Then, when you stand up quickly and you're alone, the fall comes before you have a chance to react. If you're younger, maybe you stumble and catch yourself. But for someone over 60, 1 second of instability can lead to a serious impact. We're not just talking about falling, we're talking about brain bleeding, about a hemorrhagic stroke that can take away your independence in an instant. If you live alone, you need to understand this even more deeply. Because when something happens, there's no one to catch you, no one to call 911, no one to even know you passed out. That's why I say, this isn't just a medical detail. It's the line between safety and crisis, between an ordinary morning and a stroke no one saw coming. And now that you know it, you've got something millions of people wish they had known sooner. Most people don't realize how everyday habits in the bathroom can turn risky with age. But after 60, your body doesn't react the way it used to. What felt safe at 30 can be dangerous at 70.
And the first thing we need to talk about is water temperature. Many folks love a hot shower, especially in cold weather. It feels comforting, relaxing, like it's washing the stress away. But your body doesn't feel the same way. Once water gets hotter than 104 degrees Fahrenheit, your blood vessels open up fast. Your heart starts pumping harder to keep blood pressure stable. Meanwhile, you're sweating and losing water without realizing it. The result? Your blood pressure can crash after your shower, or worse, spike suddenly. Both scenarios stress your circulatory system, and for older adults, that combination can quickly become a recipe for a stroke. Some people also shower right after breakfast, saying, "I just feel better when I shower after eating." But here's what happens. When you eat, your body sends blood to your stomach to help digest. If you shower right after, your body has to split that blood flow, some for digestion, some for regulating temperature, and your brain can end up with not enough. That's why many folks feel lightheaded after showering on a full stomach. Just waiting 30 minutes after a meal can make a huge difference. Another often overlooked tip? Drink water before your shower. The warm steam draws water out of your body through your skin and breathing. If you weren't well hydrated before, your body can slip into a low hydration state right when it's trying to adjust temperature. That leads to faster drops in blood pressure. Just one small glass of water, even 5 ounces, before your shower, can make a big difference in how your body reacts. And let's not forget your surroundings. Slippery tiles, no grab bars, dim lighting. Many people say, "I just have to be careful." But how can you be careful if your body is tired, dehydrated, or dizzy? A fall takes less than a second. The consequences? Months in bed, physical therapy, medical bills, the fear of falling again, the loss of independence. An 83-year-old viewer once commented, "I still work 2 part-time jobs. I always wait 30 minutes after breakfast to shower, and I keep a small plastic chair in my bathroom just in case I get tired." That's someone who truly understands their body, and thanks to those small adjustments, they've kept their lifestyle, their freedom, on their own terms. These little changes don't take much time, they don't cost anything, but they help protect the independence we all deserve, even in our 70s, 80s, and beyond.
Once you understand the hidden dangers of your daily shower routine, the next step is action. And the beautiful part is this: you don't need to change your whole life. Just a few small adjustments can go a long way in reducing your stroke risk in the bathroom. Not everyone can do something big, but anyone can begin with something small. The steps I'm about to share are simple, inexpensive, and you can start them today. First, before stepping into the shower, drink 1 small glass of water. Room temperature, not hot, not cold. About 5 ounces is enough to prevent your body from becoming dehydrated in the steamy air. Many older adults don't realize that showering, especially with warm water, causes you to sweat more than usual. That silent water loss thickens your blood, increasing the strain on your heart and possibly cutting off oxygen to your brain for a few seconds. That's where dizziness, falls, or even strokes begin. Just one small glass of water before your shower. It sounds almost too simple, but it can truly make a difference. Next, never shower right after eating. Wait at least 45 minutes. After a meal, your body sends blood to the stomach to digest food. If you shower right away, your body has to split that blood flow between digestion and temperature control, and your brain may not get enough. For younger people, that's rarely a problem, but for those over 60, that small shift can lead to lightheadedness or even a mini stroke without warning. That's why episodes of dizziness after breakfast often go unnoticed until something serious happens. Now, let's talk about water temperature. Many people still believe the hotter, the cleaner. But in reality, overly hot water makes your heart race. If you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart conditions, that's dangerous. Lukewarm water is safer, warm enough to feel comfortable, but not so hot that it shocks your blood vessels. If you're unsure, use a thermometer or test the water on the back of your hand. It's more sensitive than your fingers. After your shower, don't stand up too fast. Whether you're sitting or bending down, pause for a minute or two. Breathe deeply. Let your heart rate settle. Give your blood pressure time to adjust. Your body needs that moment to find its balance. And if you rush, your heart and brain are forced to work harder at the worst possible time. That's when strokes are most likely to happen.
Finally, if you live alone, don't overlook simple safety upgrades like a grab bar or a shower seat. One viewer told me, "I had to bathe at the sink for 6 months because I didn't have a grab bar. Eventually, I paid someone to install one, and it felt like freedom." That small change became a turning point in how they cared for themselves. And maybe it's time you did something similar for your own safety, independence, and dignity. What many people don't realize is that your emotional state before a shower matters. Even though it's invisible, your emotions affect your blood pressure and heart rate, especially after 60. Your body no longer adjusts to stress as quickly as it used to. Emotional swings paired with hot water or sudden movement can lead to serious consequences. That's why calming your mind before you shower isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. One of the simplest ways to prepare your body and mind is gentle movement. You don't need a full workout. Just walk around the house for a few minutes or stretch gently. Raise your arms, roll your shoulders, lift your heels. These small actions boost circulation, help stabilize your blood pressure, and prepare your body for temperature changes. It's like waking up your circulation before asking it to work harder. A gentle, effective way to make your shower safer. But it's not just your body that needs preparation. Your mind does too. Before your shower, take a few quiet minutes to slow down. Some people play soft music. Others read a line from scripture or say a short prayer. Whatever brings you peace, do it. When your mind calms, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure eases, and the risk of a health event drops dramatically. It might sound simple, but at our age, this can be the line between safety and danger. One older viewer once wrote, "I put on a soft podcast, pour a cup of tea, and shower with warm lighting. For me, it's not just about getting clean, it's how I say thank you to my body for carrying me through 70 years of life." That comment made me stop and reflect. Showering isn't just something to get over with. It can be a daily ritual, a moment of kindness toward yourself. And when you do it right, it doesn't just protect your health, it nourishes your spirit. A good shower doesn't just help you live longer, it helps you live deeper.
A 65-year-old woman from Florida left a comment that I read 3 times over. She wrote that for more than 20 years, every single morning, She started her day with a hot shower. She believed it was the best way to wake up her body, to ease the stiffness in her joints, especially after long, restless nights that come with age. But then, one ordinary morning, everything changed. She stepped out of the shower like always, except this time, the room started spinning. She lost her balance. Her head hit the edge of the sink. Everything went blurry, and when she opened her eyes, she was in a hospital bed. "I just remember standing there," she wrote. "Then the next thing I saw was a white ceiling light above me. The doctor said I was lucky if my head had hit just a few inches to the side, or if I had passed out inside the shower instead of outside. The outcome could have been far worse." When I read that part, one small sentence echoed in my mind. If only someone had told me sooner. That's the reason I knew this story needed to be part of today's video. Because maybe you're just like her. You take your morning showers. You don't think of yourself as weak. You're still independent, still doing everything on your own. And that's exactly why you might not realize how one brief moment of dizziness can change everything. But here's the difference. You're hearing this before it happens. You still have the chance to make a change, to adjust before something goes wrong. And if you're still watching this far in, I know you're not someone who ignores your health. You're someone who truly cares. That alone is a strength, because millions of others still think that won't happen to me until it's too late. I'm not sharing this story to scare you. I'm sharing it because I want you to stay alert. Because if just one person avoids a fall like she experienced, then this video will have done something that truly matters.
Over the years, through thousands of comments, I've come to learn something powerful about older adults in America. Your sense of pride and independence is unmatched. You've lived your entire life taking care of others. You've raised families, worked hard, survived losses, without asking for much. And now, at 60, 70, 80, you still carry that same belief. I can handle it myself. And I respect that deeply. But I want to offer something gently. Being independent doesn't mean doing everything alone at any cost. Sitting down for a moment before you stand up, adding a simple shower chair, installing a grab bar by the wall, those things aren't signs of weakness. They are signs of wisdom. They're acts of self-love. I remember another comment from a 78-year-old man. "I used to think shower chairs were for sick people. Now I get it. I didn't install it because I'm weak. I installed it because I don't want to fall when there's no one home." That thought, it's so clear and true, I don't need to add a single word. Sometimes caring for yourself is just like caring for someone you love. And no one would ever call love a weakness. So why would loving yourself feel like a burden? So many people have commented, "I've never heard anyone talk to older adults this way. Thank you for the respect." The truth is, we're not doing anything special. We're simply stating the obvious. You still matter. You still deserve to be heard. And more than anything, you still deserve to live strong, live freely, and live joyfully in the years ahead. We didn't create this video to scare you. We created it to remind you that you're not alone, you haven't been forgotten, and that you can start something new, even if it's just inside your bathroom, to protect the clarity, the safety, and the precious freedom that you've spent a lifetime building.
Before this video ends, I'd like you to take just 1 minute, just 60 quiet seconds, to ask yourself a few simple questions. No tests, no pressure, just you and you. Because sometimes it's these small questions that become the first step toward protecting your health and your life. Do you drink a glass of warm water before stepping into the shower? Just a small glass, but for a body that's been dehydrated overnight, that one habit can help stabilize your blood pressure and improve circulation. It seems so small, but it makes a bigger difference than you might imagine. Do you wait at least 45 minutes after eating before you take a shower? Many older adults still jump into the shower right after breakfast, thinking it saves time. But after a meal, your body shifts blood to the digestive system. If you shower right away, less blood reaches your brain, and that's often what causes those sudden dizzy spells. Do you shower with very hot water? You might say, that's the only way I feel relaxed. But that comfort comes with a price. Overheated water causes your blood vessels to expand too quickly, which drops your blood pressure and forces your heart to work harder, a risky combination for anyone with a history of heart disease or high blood pressure. Do you stand up slowly after showering? Or do you towel off, turn quickly, bend down to pick up your clothes? Those quick movements are when your body is most off balance. Take 1 full minute, sit, breathe, steady yourself. That's not wasting time, that's protecting your life. And lastly, are you using a shower chair or a grab bar? If not, stop for a second and imagine. If you slipped one day in the bathroom and had nothing to hold on to, what would happen? One small installation today could prevent one emergency tomorrow. If any of these questions made you stop and think, I have a suggestion. Write them down, print them out, tape them to your bathroom mirror. So every morning before you shower, you'll be reminded, not out of fear, but because you are choosing to love and protect yourself the right way at the right time. One man, age 70, left a comment I'll never forget. He wrote, I sent this video to my son. He didn't say much, but 2 days later, he came by with a grab bar and installed it himself. That was the first time in years I felt truly heard. That story wasn't about a safety device. It was about connection, about love, without needing many words.
We live in a time when one click can change someone's life. You don't have to be a doctor to help someone you care about. You just have to share. Send this video to someone you love, whether they live with you or across the country. A simple message, Mom, Dad, please watch this, I think it might help, might be the reason someone you love stays safe tomorrow. Some people say, I'm old, I'm set in my ways. But you know what? Many folks only need a gentle nudge to change. And that nudge could come from you. No arguing, no convincing. Just send it and let their heart decide. We can't stop the rain, but we can offer each other an umbrella. That's what this video is, an umbrella. It won't make every problem disappear, but it might make the path ahead a little less slippery, especially for those we love, who are now in their 60s, 70s, or even 80s. And remember, inside your quiet little home, the bathroom is one of the most dangerous places for older adults. But it can also become the safest, with just a little care, a few small changes, and a reminder, I'm still here because I prepared the right way. You don't need to do anything big. Just send. Just ask. Just let someone know you care. And that, more than anything, might be the reason they stay by your side for many more years to come.